to another Start the Week with me, Reverend Rich Henderson, Rector of Beccles and Parish Priest for Worlingham, North Cove and Barnby. Hope you're okay, staying well, keeping safe. As ever, a thank you for all you're doing to encourage and support one another across our churches and communities, and particularly thank you to those who are supporting the isolated and the vulnerable at the moment. It's much appreciated. So here's some words, familiar ones to many of us, from Romans 12. Paul writes, "Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honour one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervour serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." And so we're reminded in chapter 12 to be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. Maybe a verse for this week ahead. Joyful in hope. There is so much to be thankful for, to be joyful about the way in which our community has come together to support one another. We see that both in our church family and across the wider community. Joyful for all the positive things that are going on, that are being shared in a variety of ways. Hopeful for a better tomorrow. And we have a hope that's steadfast and certain, that we're told in Hebrews. A hope that's rooted in the love of our Saviour Jesus Christ. A better tomorrow will come. Patient in affliction was the next phrase in that verse. And we all need patience at the moment, patience to get through. Maybe just to get through each day, each week. We need to be patient, patient with one another, patient with ourselves, patient with those who are making decisions on our behalf. And then the third section is to be faithful in prayer. And if anything, these days have given us space to pray more, to pray for ourselves, to pray for others. And I encourage you to find some more time to pray this week. We are each day putting some daily prayer points on our Facebook page, things for you to pray about. I encourage you to do that. And also to come before God for yourself in prayer. That's really important as well. This week we know there's going to be some decisions made about easing the lockdown, or whether it should be eased and in what way. And I'm sure it won't be all the answers that we want. And that applies to the church as well. And we need to be mindful that we're not going to be going back straight away to whatever was normal, or is normal. And I want to ask you to think and pray about what that might be, because church is going to be different however we do it. However we're allowed to gather, church will be different. So I really ask you to pray about that. Pray for me and for our church wardens as we think about what church might look like in the weeks and months to come. So I encourage you to continue to stay safe and to take care, to be faithful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. And the Celtic blessing. The Spirit of God be upon you. The Spirit of God strengthen you. The Spirit of God guide you. The Spirit of God protect you. The Spirit of God enlighten you. The Spirit of God fill you. Today and evermore. Today and evermore. Amen. Our food bank's seeing an increasing demand for food parcels, so if you're able to give in any way, items of food or toiletries, all the usual things that you usually give so generously for the food bank, please drop those off at St Luke's Church Centre on a Monday or a Friday afternoon from 1 o'clock prior to each of our drop-in sessions. That would be really helpful. And do pray for the food bank team who are working extremely hard to meet the demand. We partner with Waveney Food Bank. We are one of their drop-ins, and across the whole area there's this increase in demand for food. And so pray for the team. Not only are they staffing our drop-in sessions at St Luke's, but also delivering at other times as well to those who are isolated.